we've got 4 states, if you don't mind, that I'd love to that are represented here in this studio. If you want to go and tell me a little something from the book, or either off the top of your head about what you observed, or whatever roast you want to put.
Sure.
Okay, Colin Quinn here on the Rich Eisen Show. We'll start with my guy from Maine across the way. Chris Brockman represents the state of Maine. Do you have anything from the state of Maine?
Well, yeah, Maine is the New England of New England. You know what I mean? Like the way New England looks at everybody else, like shame on you. Just keep that's how Maine looks at the rest of New England. They're the ones, like every section of the country has one state that is more them than they are. And that's what Maine is,
I think that's very
Would you
fair,
agree?
actually. Yeah,
That's more New England than New England
that's
is.
very fair.
And they were very poor because only 4 people could afford lobster until like 1950. So even though they had lobster, nobody cared.
It's a problem for the economy. That's a local economy issue. All right. Next up, my buddy T.J. Jefferson is from the great state of Pennsylvania. What did you learn about the Keystone State, Colin?
Oh well, Pennsylvania is like that's where the entire country. That's like our whole country is Pennsylvania. Is based on this thing, and you're either a Philly personality, you're either like the east part of Pennsylvania or the cradle of quarterbacks. So like Philly is basketball, and Pittsburgh is football.
Right.
And it sets up a whole dynamic where you see it really represents the entire country in a way, because that conflict could embody our entire nation.
So where do you put that? I mean, because I know you break the book into sections. Pennsylvania might fall through the cracks right here. New England, Mid-Atlantic, the South, the Midwest, Southwest, West, the Pacific Coast, and then the 2 states you call the country's foster children. Who is that?
Hawaii and Alaska. Yeah. But here's the other thing about Pennsylvania, by the way.
Right.
Is because Pittsburgh, like the fans are obsessed with the Steelers. Like whenever I've been to Pittsburgh over the years, it's 1975. I would go on stage, little kids and old ladies reading Steelers Digest. By the way, when you're in town, they read Steelers, and you make a joke about like I don't know, like Mel Blount or like John Dockery, and the whole crowd, even the little kids, are like ha ha ha. They literally teach it like religion.
It
All
is.
the 70s, they know the Steelers backwards and forwards. There's Mike Webster jokes. There's nowhere else you can do this kind of stuff.
That's right. You got to know your audience. All right, my buddy Mike Del Tufo's Jersey. I think the last 2 are going to be up your alley. New Jersey. What do you got for me on that, Colin?
Oh well, New Jersey. I mean, just the fact that we dump our garbage. That they're basically we dump our garbage there. That set the relationship off. You know what I mean? That they have the low self-esteem when we go, hey, man, could you throw this out for me? And we're like, yeah. They go, yeah, okay, thanks. All right, thanks, New Jersey. That says it all.
Okay, very good. And then the we is the last one. I'm from Staten Island, New York, Colin. So New York, what is that's the we in that equation when you say that, right?
Yeah, well, but except Staten Island is not the... Staten Island, as you know, is its own city-state. Oh. It always has been. I mean, Staten Island, they don't even have like a town hall. They have like a social club set up instead of a town hall. The rule.
Oh my gosh! So the social club aspect of it, are you talking about the guy who once got shot outside of Sparks Steakhouse? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, if he was the only guy, that would be a different story.
That's right.
But in the old days, the mob. What I say about New York is, in the old days, before if you wanted to put up a high rise, you had to go to a luncheonette and talk to a guy from the Genovese family in Lower Manhattan for the cement, and then. If you wanted building permits, you had to go to a car service in Staten Island, talk to a guy from the Gambinos. Plumbers, you had to go to a candy store in Brooklyn. You had to go to like 5 different stores to talk to somebody. Air rights, you had to go to a, quote, zoning board at a pizza parlor in Queens. And now it's a whole different city.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.